Hey guys, hope you're all doing well. Jumping into the meeting, we got a great Nimesh is going to be interviewing Justin and Aura Poe, and Justin's going to tell us all his secrets and how easiness or the easy button on the business. I'm kidding. There is no such thing. And yet, I wanted to give you a little bit of kind of reality and just put it in. We are in a shift, right? It's a different shift than we expected. We told you one is coming. And the shift is a lack of inventory. The shift is we have buyers and we're competing for every one of them. Now, here's the reality is there's plenty of opportunity. There are still listings to be had and to be taken. And one is just because you get a listing doesn't mean it's going to sell and have multiple offers, because we have some out there that are not closing at the same time. But we're also in a good spot to get started as well. You got Aura coming?
I do. That was a technical difficulty call from Aura that I had to take. Sorry, I had to mute the music. And you got the normal boring intro that Chad normally gives. So I apologize to all of y'all that are that have tuned in and had to deal with that. I had a whole different shebang going on to get it going. But here we are. I got tired of Chad giving me 5 minutes at team meeting. So I just went and said, hey, I need one on my own. So here we are, guys. It is my official first team meeting to lead. So I appreciate you guys joining in. We're waiting for the great Aura Poe here in just a minute to get along, but we got Justin David Duffield with us, and I appreciate you joining me, Justin. Thanks for having my back, buddy. I guess while we wait for Aura, we can get the ball rolling. All right. So I have a lot of things to share with you guys today. It's not going to be all necessarily tech as much as I'd love for it to be. Yet it does everything that I'm going to talk about today, or we're going to discuss today, has to do with essentially growth. Okay. Not only growth as a new agent or a single agent, but we also have things for, I've got some stuff to share, some exciting stuff to share for an individual agent who's looking to grow into it, possibly branching out, hiring, going into a team. And I even have some new, how would you call it, exciting information for top producers as well. All right, so stay tuned as we go along. But hey, while we wait for Aura, Justin, let's get rolling, bud. Tell us a little bit about yourself. Introduce yourself, and a little bit about you and your business.
Okay, Justin David Duffield. I've been in Houston for 21 years, just about, and throughout those times, I've been in the law industry. I've been in sales. I've been in the beauty industry. Ultimately, it's all been sales from the beginning, even during high school and everything. So I joined the housing industry or real estate industry as a realtor in 2015. Prior to that, I was doing a couple flip properties kind of on the side as a side gig. Since 2005, I was on a team and really got a lot of experience under my belt right away. And in 2017, I joined this office as an individual agent and went out on my own. And there's a huge difference from when I was on a team to when I went on my own. I didn't have the leads to work with. I had to kind of generate them on my own. So that's when I started looking to Chad and looking into the Ignite more so, and really taking on what the office had to offer. So since then, I have, hey, Aura, you're on mute. So since then, I've been growing as an individual agent and as an individual in general. And it's in the last few months that I've really sat with Chad and started to build foundations and in my thinking and in my day-to-day activity and in my goals, so I can truly grow to a higher level. It's Chad who's helping me realize that it's a different animal I'm chasing, and that I can't just kind of go out there and do it. It's not like just picking up acorns. I've really got to strategize and hunt the animal the right way. So yeah, that's where I'm at right now.
Awesome, bud. Awesome. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, I appreciate it. I asked Justin David Duffield one question. He answers all of them in one go.
Okay, hold on real fast. Justin, you
Yes, sir.
hunted a little bit different. And I think the flip of the switch, right, is, and you're going to get more into this a little bit,
We
it's
are.
just becoming a business owner and becoming a salesperson. And you did say to me once, which is concerning, he goes, I'm getting a little comfortable. And I'm like, oh, cool. We can get you really uncomfortable really fast. But what I appreciate is you recognize that, you know, I have comfort as a salesperson, and you recognize that's probably not a good thing. How do I challenge myself and look at this differently?
Right.
And it's a flip to go to a business owner.
Exactly. Ultimately, I was just running on the spirit of entrepreneurship.
Yeah.
And the way I look at it is entrepreneurial spirit is great, but it's just that it's a spirit. It's a ghost. You got to build a religion around it to make it obtainable, you know, to keep it alive. So that's what we're doing. And that's actually what I love about Keller Williams and hanging out with Chad. So he helps me realize that and start to build that religion, I guess.
You had it until you said hanging out with Chad. See? Or
hey, I'm jacked up too, right? We're just on this journey together.
That's true. No.
Well, just like anything in the culture of Keller Williams, it's standing on the shoulders of giants. Chad's been in this industry longer than I have. He's seen people come and go. He's seen people come and grow. So I'm certainly listening to everything he has to say. I love that he lets me bounce my ideas off of him and gives me his honest input.
Yeah, that's true. And that's really awesome.
And if he wasn't on the podcast, I probably wouldn't say that, but he's here. So
we know
I will. I'll get I'll slide the 100,
your 20
I'll
bucks.
slide the 100 under your desk here.
Yeah. 100. Nice. I would have said 20, but 100 works, right? Great deal. Let's shift gears a little bit.
Moved his financial thermostats went way up, so
that is true.
20s don't cut it anymore.
That's true. Really true. Hey, Aura, thanks for joining us. I'm glad you sorted through the technical difficulties there. Good deal. Appreciate you joining us. So what we asked Justin was, tell us a little bit about yourself. Who are you, and a little bit about your business?
Well, who am I? Well, I don't know where to start. There's not much to say. I'm Aura. I'm a single mom. I homeschool and I have full custody. So I have to come up with really unique ways to, time management is paramount. And it's actually, ironically, my biggest struggle. It's my Achilles heel. It's what I struggle with the most. Chad's been helping me to, he's such a bullet point personality, and I'm a meanderer. And so when I talk to him once a month, once a week or every other week, whenever it is we talk, the way he helps me sort things and just organize my thoughts so that I can execute. And I'm getting really, really good at that. I'm getting better. So far, my business has done great, just even with my meandering, but I'm aware of my weaknesses, and I'm hoping to exploit everything that Keller Williams has to offer to help me leverage that, because that's, you're better off, you know, outsourcing what your weaknesses are and just focusing on what your strengths. And that's something that Chad told me. I was wanting to try certain things, and at one point Chad's like, well, this is what you're good at, just focus on that and get somebody else to do this other stuff. And I thought, oh, that's brilliant, you know. And so that's just a little bit about me. I've been doing this for a little while. I did take a hiatus when my son was born and focused just on him, and I just a few years ago came back and hit the ground running, and here I am, hoping to take over the world one house at a time.
Hey, that's a great line. Hey, lucky to have you. That's for sure. That's for sure. Okay, so how about we stay with you, and before we, start getting into the nitty gritty of, this year, your goals, your growth, let's talk a little bit about last year. It was a difficult year for everybody to live. Of course it was, but it was a unique situation for real estate. So, what are your thoughts on last year and, this past year and your business and your
I have one thing to say about last year. Call it what you want, but So I had my license when the 2008 crash happened, and a lot of other things happened in my life then. And so when this started coming around the corner, I thought, oh yeah, no. And I just jumped in, and I was like, I gotta move twice as hard now. And I moved twice as hard. The biggest mistake I made was underestimating what could be done in a down year, in a tough year. And I said to myself, if I only do 80, I'll be good, because it's going to be so hard to do just that much. And I was just knocking it out of the park, and then suddenly my business slowed down, and I thought, gosh, what happened? And I turned around, I looked at my board, and I added everything up, and I had done 80. And I'm a firm believer that your subconscious remembers and says, we did it, and leans back.
Right. So you got comfortable.
And I still had 2 or 3 months ago, and I wanted to bang my head against a wall for setting that goal. So make your goals really big.
Yeah,
really,
aim high,
really,
right?
really big.
High.
Yes, don't make those comfortable goals, because subconsciously when you meet them and you're like, I can still do more, but there's a part of you that relaxes a little bit, and no, we don't want to do that again. So my son was going to give input. so my advice always is take that goal you're comfortable with and then add to it, and it's going to make you want to do this, and it's going to make your stomach do this. But I think that's what you got to do. So that's what I'm doing this year. And every time I say my goal, I literally, like my anxiety goes up, but I'm sticking to it.
Right. Well, two big things that we always say, right? And what I'm getting out of what you're saying is, first, write your goals down, right? Have them down, right? And aim high.
Aim high. Aim high. And if you don't make it, you'll still make it.
Right. I get what you're saying. It makes no sense, but I get what you're saying.
It makes sense. If you don't hit that number, you still did fantastic, because your goal was so high.
Right.
So that's the one thing that I learned from last year was don't underestimate. I underestimated my abilities, because I certainly could have done much more.
Awesome. Justin, how about you, bud?
Last year, I truly understood, what I came to understand, the importance of leveraging, knowing what I'm good at, what I like to do, and finding somebody else to do all that other stuff that I'm maybe not the best at, or that I don't like to do, or is not generating money, right? Somebody to pass the buck on to, while I'm spending time finding somebody else to make, so that became very clear. And they say clarity is power. Well, 2020 was, I think, eye-opener for a lot of people. A lot of clarity came from it. That's one of my pieces. And the other thing is, of course, structuring a business. Like I took my goals from a dollar amount to an organization, right? To a foundation, to an organization that will live longer than just that annual dollar amount. So that was my clarity for last year.
That's awesome. Yeah, let's stay there for a little bit. Okay. You went from being a part of a team, like you explained earlier, right? And learning, getting your feet wet, let's just say, right? And then you went into being an individual agent over here, right? And you saw tremendous growth. And this past year, although, we're close, I know your story. So you've been through some ups and downs there in the growth process, right? For the next step, yet seems like you've really figured it out now, right? You just hired, and you're starting to grow that team. So tell us a little bit about that hiring process and how you found that to work out for you.
So I've actually hired before, and not necessarily did I do it, according to the strategy that's already been put in place, the KPA and career envisioning strategies. And it didn't really work out, but I also wasn't ready, quite frankly. I jumped the gun. It was like, I don't want to do this stuff, so let's find somebody to pass it off to. However, I didn't know what to pass off and how to make sure I was passing off to somebody who knew what to do with it. So I've been there, and that's nothing to say about the person who was with me. Just simply, I wasn't big enough for their world, or my world wasn't big enough for them to live in and grow in, as Chad puts it. And he's so right. So I'm currently working on making my world big enough. for the right people and bringing them on strategically and, in the right amount of time. So the process I'm taking on now is I'm actually running the KPA on people, finding out who I'm talking to across the table as I'm interviewing them. Are they right for the job I need them to do? And I will not hire without going through the process, going through the steps, knowing if I'm going to be able to benefit the person on the other side of the table, and are they going to be able to benefit the business, my business.
Yeah, and more importantly, from what I'm gathering, what you're saying is also hire according to what your business allows you to hire, right? Following the plans that we have and
Certainly.
and the
Certainly.
and the models that we have in place.
All right, that's pretty profound, the process that you're walking through. Now, Justin, you
Mhm.
weren't excited to be disciplined to walk through this process, right?
Not at all.
Yeah.
Not
I
at
mean,
all.
and I want you guys to hear that really loud and clear, to slow down. And you did slow down, and you were running it, the model, to hiring it on and breathing it. And now you're in business with somebody. I can already tell you the relationship's really close, and
Yeah.
you're both clear. And the percentage of this working out is so much greater than entrepreneur. But you didn't like it. You didn't go, oh yeah, I'll go do it. You're like, oh, come on, let's move this along a lot faster.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't want to start. I'm not one to go through the process step by step. I'm kind of just a fly by the seat of my pants, get out there, talk to people, make it happen, So, and I realized I could do that forever, or as long as my body allows me, or long as,
Sure.
but I'm really not going to grow into, I'm going to have to be running around like a waiter for the rest of my life, quite frankly.
Yep.
And I don't want to do that. So,
Yep.
and I'm just not growing anything by doing that. So indeed, I had to slow down, go through the process.
Yeah.
Trust the process, like Joel Embiid.
Yep.
That's
it's
little
pretty
MBA.
profound.
Just a
I
little
know we
MBA.
skip over it and laugh about it, but I can tell you the trajectory of your business, not just in numbers, but in your life by design and your happiness, you will exceed, you will go to the next level because you trusted it.
Thank you.
Trust the
I'll
process.
accept that.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Absolutely. All right, well, I'm shifting to you a little bit. Your approach has been a little different, yet you're in the same stage, hiring, maybe just a little, getting to where Justin is. Now, I know from our personal conversations that your struggle has been letting go, right? Yeah. So let's talk about that a little bit. And how has that been?
So I'm used to relying only on me and being the person that handles that, that runs this whole circus. So letting go was petrifying, petrifying for me, because I can't afford for somebody else to make a mistake on the things that it costs me so much, because it's time away from, it's my baby. My business is my baby. Like my son is my baby, right? And when I'm with one, I'm missing the other. And so I did hire. It went a little differently. I hired a past client that had some, you get to know your clients sometimes in some ways better than they know themselves, because you're the fly on the wall. And I saw some traits in her, and I was like, well, this may work. And then she kind of approached me and said, I'd like to help. So we didn't we kind of went backwards, but it worked, and it's a fit. And I think she did nothing for the first for the first several months, because I couldn't I couldn't bring myself to let go of it. And eventually I told her, well, this is exactly what I want you to say. And I literally gave her a script. That's issues. And I said, I want you to start all the conversations like this. I want you to end them all like this. This goes sandwiched here. And I micromanaged her. I want you to CC on me on everything. And it wasn't, honestly, she's been working with me for a few months now, almost a year. And it wasn't until last weekend, I just had so many, offers coming in and this going out and so many things happening. And I thought, I'm going to have to trust Medea. And I called her and I just said, I need you to do this, 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 and this. And then I handled what I could, what needed my face. And when I sat down at my computer that evening, and I read all her emails, and I thought, and she did it well. And I was I almost cried because I thought to myself, I should have done this sooner. I should have trusted her sooner. And now I'm really excited about it. I'm excited about leveraging that stuff so that I can do what I do best, which is be there face to face with my clients and take the calls and do the, everybody runs their business differently, and my business with my clients involves a lot of nurturing, right? This is the type of people I tend to attract. So they need, they need this, and they need my hand holding, and they need me saying, I'm so proud of you, and that kind of stuff. So it lets me do that so that, and she can do the other stuff. So that, I think that's great, because now I can spread my wings and confidently exploit my strengths and lean on her. But it took me, it was difficult. It's difficult. It's difficult. It still is sort of
No,
difficult.
I mean, and it's awesome. Now, the thing I also want to focus on, because I did allude to the fact, and you just explained it, how you went with a different approach, right? And Chad likes to say, he said it to me a lot, that when you kind of just hire on a whim, or because there's a relationship or something, right, it tends to not work out, right? But for you, it did. And the reason why it did, right, is I just make sure that we want to focus on that, is you actually did go through the process, right, with her, right, with Chad and her.
Go through the process, and I had already seen some traits. Like, I knew she was strong where I wasn't, and I knew that I could kind of tell the things that she likes, right? That she's, and I thought to myself, I can feed this. There were other things that I didn't realize, but I learned later. But yeah, I did give her the KPA, and we had her, take that. And then I sat down with Chad, because then I panicked, and I was like, I think I went to Chad like twice, and I was like, I just don't know. And then I wanted to pull my feet back, and all of this, it's very difficult. And Chad went over it with me, and we determined that it was a good fit. We just need to focus on what our goals are and make sure that her goals and my goals align. And I'm learning to let go, and I'm finding my voice, with saying that doesn't align with where I'm going. Are you sure that this is where you are? And if you are, then that's great. I'll help you get to the point where you have to take off. I'll be more than happy to do that. But I'm headed this way. And just be very honest and own that. And as soon as I started doing that, it's been great.
That's
Both
awesome.
for me
Awesome.
and
Yeah.
for her.
Sounds like a conversation with Justin too. I mean, there's so many similarities, right? And I say this meaning that we all go through this process, right, of letting go to our standards, of understanding. And the reason we hire sometimes is, I mean, Justin had it. He had talent that showed up and goes, oh, this is going to be the greatest ever. And it didn't work out just because we weren't in alignment. It wasn't what the organization or the team was heading. And you have people that show up and go, oh, we should do this and that. And you go, that's a great idea. Yet we're really clear on where this team is heading.
Exactly.
And if you can't, what I heard you Aura say, which is really cool. And if this is not the right spot, I'll help you get to the next spot.
Yes.
And I'll be excited for it.
Yes. Yes. And so when I left that door open for her, it really, it really made a difference for her, I think. When I said, look, if you want to use me as a launching pad, then let's do that. We can do that. Just make sure you train somebody before you go. And and as soon as I said that, she said, like, I think that's what I would like, but the way my life is structured, I think that maybe it works better just to be settled in with you. And I said, okay, but once the leader is definite in their path and in their goal, then the people around you, it helps them find their spot too, when they know exactly where you stand. So she was all over the place with what she wanted to do. And when I finally came in, I said, that's all fantastic, and I'll help you do all of that. This is what I'm doing. I'm not moving from this course. And if whatever aligns with me, I'll help you 150% of the way. And as soon as I did that, she kind of fell in her, I became a leader, and that helped her find comfort, security, definition in where she wanted to be. And I think we just all need that. And it was an interesting moment, both for me and for her.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Thanks,
I mean,
Chad.
that's a true
Well, yeah,
characteristic.
Justin, what are you hearing in that?
Clarity
Keep
is
going
power.
with it. Yeah, clarity is power, and talent is attracted to a vision, right? So when you have a vision, a goal, and this is where you're going, people are attracted to it. And yet you had to get clear on your vision of where you were heading and being, no, I'm committed to going this. Love for you to come along and this would be your role. And if not, it's okay, right? We'll find you another opportunity.
Yes.
That's very profound, by the way.
Certainly.
There's a lot of success in that.
That's awesome. All right, so what's next, guys? Justin, 2021, what's it looking like? You know, what are your goals this year? Something that you're struggling with, you know, something that, something new you're going to implement, and where do you see yourself at the end of the year?
Okay. 2021 goals I'm working on are the infrastructure of my business. I'm working on, I've got the new hire as a full-time administrative assistant who is assisting me in creating, what do I want to say, our manuals, right? Our order of operations and everything going forward. That way, whether she stays with me or not, whoever moves into that position can fall right in, right? We have the order of operations all set up. You just follow the manual. And that being said, we're going to be taking the Monica Reynolds Perfect Assistant, I believe it's called, or Training of the Perfect Assistant course, which is going to help us. We've already begun because that class isn't until March. So we've kind of had to just start picking and doing what we can as of now. And then that'll give us a baseline to go off of once we actually take the class. I believe in that. I believe that's going to help tremendously from everybody I've talked to who's taken it and is successful as a team leader or a business owner. That's our goal, foundation. Market wise, you know, I'm seeing what everybody else is seeing, you know, a lot of buyers and a few homes, right? So finding my foot on how I can serve every buyer, keep them interested, find houses for them to purchase, and naturally, you know, keep them interested, because I've already had a few that are like, you know what, I think we're just going to wait. We've already lost out on a couple of deals, or the prices are too high. I don't want to be upside down if I have to leave in 3 years, things like that. These are some of the problems I'm facing with on the buy side, where it's like, okay, how do I keep these people entertained, not jaded from just getting, you know, as soon as they get something in the inbox, by the time we go see it, it's already got 2 offers. You know, how do I, you know, so that's kind of a struggle I'm having, or a challenge I'm facing. Yeah, that's fun. Finding people who want to move, but realize that there's not necessarily a place to move, you know, hoping that they can see the value in areas that do have homes for sale or new construction, something we can kind of control. Like, let's go build something, right? Let's go build and see if I can get them off the fence, you know, and get their home on the market and get them in a move mindset, like they were maybe toward the end of last year and they didn't jump. We got some of those folks. Yeah. Have I answered everything?
Yeah, pretty much.
Well, good. Not satisfactory, but I'm
Well, no, what we could tell you is you're building a business, and a business's systems. So you're creating the systems that can just be followed, and you have a person to help you build the systems, because left on your own, you wouldn't build the systems.
No, I wouldn't. I
And
don't
then
follow systems, let alone
you're
build it.
using leverage at your disposal that can shorten that learning curve to really build it.
Right.
And you got the reality of the market that we're in right now.
Correct.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Totally.
All right, Ora, you're up. Tell me, 2021. I know we've already had this conversation in private, but now let the world know. 2021, what's in store for Ora Poe?
I don't want to do what I did last year and set attainable goals. So so I've set some lofty goals considering my circumstances and my restraints, but I'm excited and I think I can do them, especially with I'm confident that I can do them, especially with the leverage that I've set up around me. My goal is to a lot of my business comes organically, and my goal this year is to go out and get some business, because if I have what organically comes and then I have more on top of that, then that's gravy. And so that's what I'm working on, and it's a tough year to be working on that because the market is what it is, but it is what it is. You can't wait for things to be easy. You just have to jump. You have to jump and trust you're gonna fly. So I'm jumping and I'm trusting I'm gonna fly, and I'm going to do hardcore like active lead generating as opposed to passive lead generating, which is what I've always done. It's just nurture my people and my sphere of influence and educate people, and they kind of fall in line and work with me. So yeah, that's one of my goals, and to implement systems. I think realtors are always searching for systems, better systems, or perfecting systems, or creating systems. Period. I don't know if it's a personality type or if it's just something that just keeps coming up. But I'd like to streamline some things. I'm coming up with more ways to serve my clients. And that really excites me. That's one of the things I love about what I do, is serving my clients. So I want to come up with more ways to pamper them, more ways to coddle them. And I have people that are equally excited on my side to put these things together. So I'm excited about what's coming. I'm excited.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Speaking about excited to see what's coming, you alluded to your story a little bit on how, you were here how many years ago originally?
Golly, a long time ago.
Okay, and you took a break, and then
guy when I met him.
Sure. Wait, what'd you say? Repeat that.
Andy was expecting their last baby
Okay.
when I was at Keller Williams.
Okay, all right. So that's put a date.
He's
to it.
11. He's 11.
Okay, and then you took your break, right? And then you came back. Well, you came back into real estate at another brokerage, and then you decided to rejoin us again
Yes.
early last year, and it was right before family reunion. And I believe the first time I actually saw you or met you was at family reunion.
I believe so. Correct.
Yeah. So
Yes.
tell me about that experience.
Well, I'd been to family reunion before, like way back when I first started with Keller Williams. A lot of realtors, they start where they start, and then suddenly you get to this point where you're like, oh, I'm it, and I've got this, and I've outgrown this place, and then they fly. I did, and they try different things, and at some point you're like, I didn't really outgrow that place. Let's give that a shot, and I came back, and I wasn't, I was still kind of on the fence about stuff, and Chad offered, I went to family reunion, and it was nice to be around. I think I said this when we had lunch the other day. I'm a big fan of iron sharpens iron. And anytime I'm with people that I feel sharpen me, I feel electric, and I want more of that. And so that's what you have there. You have so many people that are committed to growth. And if you're not committed to growth, that's fine. And we can hang out, and maybe I can have one drink, but then I got to go because I'm bored. So I just like being around people that are committed to growth. And that was a sea of people committed to growth. And that in itself is inspiring. Aside from all the speakers and all of the things you go to, some of which you may not retain, you retain fractions of it, but that's contagious, because who you hang around matters. The company you keep matters, and you should always keep company with people that make you better. And that was an entire hotel room full of people that make you better.
That's awesome. Yeah. And personally, I feel, to add on to that, I've been both years that I've been involved with KW, and what it did for me, especially when I was new and I went, it was just a validation, right? Like, hey, no, look at all these people that realize what a great place this is, and how, this place can make you successful, right? It was just one of those things where it was like, man, like I want to belong. I want to be a part of this, right? And that was the fun part. So Justin, flipping scripts a little bit here, bud. So Justin's story is that his birthday, all right, I'm going to throw him under the bus here a little bit, happens to fall right around family reunion every year. So he has not had the opportunity yet to go. Yeah, this year, hey, just for whatever, the circumstances that are in place, everybody has a great opportunity to soak in all the information that, that family reunion provides. So tell us a little bit of what you're looking forward to now that you finally get to soak all that in.
Yeah, I can actually work it around my family obligation, which I love it because it's all about me, my birthday and all, but my family obligation. However, yeah, I get to work it around scenes as how it's going to be, virtual. I've always wanted to go. I love the camaraderie. I love, being able to hang out with other people from our office, as well as, meet people from, all around the world who are in the same systems and things. What I'm looking forward to are hearing great speakers speak, naturally, hearing what they have to say about current market conditions and things like that, people who I look up to and have for the past 5 years. Also looking to delve into some of the classes regarding infrastructure in your business systems, things like this. So I'm very excited to be able to attend this year. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And what I definitely want to focus on to all of you that have not bought into attending family reunion this year, my first question is, why not? Like, think about it. I want you to think about it. It's $80 this year, right? You have the opportunity to be in at $80, something that would cost you thousands of dollars to attend. Typically, the same information is going to be provided to you for $80. Isn't your business worth $80? Right? And on top of that, it's not just some glorified Zoom call, right? It's a well-organized, thought out process from a dedicated website. And if you cannot attend it live, you have up till sometime in April to go back and revisit it as often as you like, all the different breakouts as you like, the great information that Gary, Keller, and Josh team and the leadership at KWRI are going to provide. All information that's backed by data, right? All by research. And especially if this year or more than any is going to provide information on the economy, the state of real estate, right? And the state of our company and what lies ahead as far as our technology growth goes, right? Hey, I know some of you guys come back and say, hey, this is, this goes slow. That's not working at this time. Well, hey, what are they going to say about it? Right? It's definitely being addressed. That's for sure. Because we're hearing it in the leadership circles, right? So before we move forward, I definitely want to show you a glimpse at what family reunion.
Before you jump into it, I want to take some notes to recap this a little bit, right?
Yeah, sorry.
Because it goes into it. First off, the first thing is both of you have showed up to be led, right? And you submitted to the process. You don't always like it. And when you submit to being led, right, others will want to follow you. So leaders also follow. And when you say, hey, Chad, led it, I'm being led by all sorts of people. I aspire to them. And I'm just sharing back what's being taught to me by anything. So if you truly want to be a business owner and a leader, you show up to the process and systems. And I promise you, the Keller Williams systems, the family reunion, the MREA, they work. They're proven models and systems. But you submitted that. You do. I heard big goals, right? Hit big ball, big, and do not settle. And if in your mind you settle, that's where you're going to end up. I hope you heard that loud and clear, right? And then trust the leverage piece. Now, wherever that leverage shows up to you, if it's, man, we have a platform at thegotransaction.com that's very affordable that you can use. We have a marketing piece with Greg. Not that you have to use that, it's an option. But if you trust those pieces, it'll add more time to you. You can focus on the things that you do well. And get it. We have strengths and we have weaknesses. We realize that. And talent is attracted to a clear vision. And then the last piece is what I hear from both of you. You are committed to growth and you want to be around people that are committed to growth. Me too. Right? You're the sum of the 5 people that you hang around. And you have somebody in your voice that's telling you something else. Just make sure you're not taking advice from somebody who's more screwed up than you are. Okay. All right. Good stuff. Any final last thoughts before he jumps in? What was anything else that you want somebody to hear from this meeting?
Who? Any of us?
Yeah. One final shot.
Can I say what I like about KW? Is that, can I say that? Is
Sure.
that okay? So I've been through a couple of different brokerages,
Yep.
but what I like about KW is, again, that as let's see, I'm not a huge elbow rubber. Like I tend to, I come in the office. I just don't hang out much.
Yeah.
But I like knowing that that if I do go there, I can, if I do need my batteries recharged, if I do need iron sharpens iron, I can go there and get that. And then that fuels me. You don't really get that at any other place. You just don't. And I know because and at KW you do. There's always somebody that's willing to say, hey, let me motivate you, or let me help you with this. And ultimately in real estate, it's not a job, it's a career, it's a lifestyle. You have to get out of bed and you have to have the discipline to do what you've got to do instead of what you want to do. But even so, even for people that are self-driven like me, I can completely work from home. I'm completely self-driven. I get up, I come to my desk. That's what I do. I don't have that. And even for somebody like me, knowing that I can reach out and that there are so many strong people that have their vision clearly defined is it's a huge boost. It's something worth taking advantage of.
That's awesome. Cool. All right, Justin. Final thought. One thing that you would want somebody to take away that maybe we didn't cover, or any piece of advice.
I know we covered it, but I'd say and I guess kind of what I like about Keller Williams too is, I mean, there are times that, I've been humbled because I think I've been doing this long. I've been doing this longer. Every day I've been doing it for a day longer. Every year I've been doing it for a year longer. And there are times that I feel like I've got it all down. And then I just realize I've just found my way through, that little era of the industry. However, I'm still very new. And Keller Williams, I like being a part of Keller Williams because that allows me to, when I'm humbled, it allows me to look into the people who have been doing it for a long time and then grow, just like Aura was saying. You can always recharge. There's always somebody to help sharpen you, to help, go through. They've been through the same things you've been through. You can chat with them, or you can go through the classes that we're holding here, things like this. So, but I strongly believe in, knowing your goals and not compromising on them, knowing your uncompromisable goals, and working backwards from there and following the process.
Yeah. Good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. All right, Nimesh,
Yeah.
Joe's video. Don't
All
go
right,
away, Justin, or you get to stay on for the rest of us.
Yeah, absolutely.
Or especially you, because we need some a pretty face to cover up the rest of us.
The rest of us, people run away from the ugly mugs we've got to give them.
Awesome, guys. All right, so let's shift focus. Hey, family reunion is around the corner now, so we're going to shift focus now and showing you what to expect. All right, so here we go. Now, I know you guys are probably getting tired of us barking at you all about family reunion, this and that. So let's just check out what to expect. All right, here we go.
Hello, Keller Williams. It's Marlise, your Feburary HQ correspondent, here to walk you through some of the hottest new features of the Family Reunion digital platform. This year, the world's largest real estate training event looks a little different, but you can expect cutting-edge vision, innovation, breakouts, and culture to prepare you to win the real estate market of today and tomorrow. Let's start with the exhibit hall, where you can find the exhibitor you're looking for based on the business problem you're trying to solve. And while you're bouncing around, you can keep up with what's happening on the main stage thanks to the sticky video player that stays on the bottom of your page, even if you leave your virtual room. Just don't leave your physical room. We're also thinking way outside the Zoom box with interactive workshops, breakout sessions, master classes, and my personal favorite, game shows. But the real theme of this year's event is connection, and there are plenty of ways to do it. Connect with Gary and other headliners through emoji reactions in the general session chat. Connect with your fellow attendees and grow your referral network by bouncing around the new topic and role-based chat rooms. And connect with your friends and followers by recording and sharing custom video and photo content in the virtual social studio. All you need is an internet connection and a passion for growing your business. There's so much more that's going to set FR apart from any other real estate conference this year. Insights from the industry's biggest names, a library of video recordings you can access during or after the event, and the final round of the first ever KW Script Off Championship. But it's best if you experience it all for yourself February 15th through 18th by registering for Family Reunion today. See you there.
Awesome. So that kind of gives you guys a glimpse on what to expect, right? You have your breakouts. They're 45-minute breakouts with, panels of top producers in the industry from coast to coast. Your master classes are actually going to be 20-minute presentations from leadership, okay, at KWRI. And then you're going to have your hands-on command workshops, all right? They're 45-minute sessions that are going to go hands-on with people at, they're regional and national tech trainers along with the labs team, all right? So they're the ones that make this whole process go, and you're going to be able to hear from them hands-on firsthand, all right? The agenda is already out there for those of you that are already in, right? So you can go in and check the agenda, check your what breakouts are available at what times, and start liking those and saving those, right, for next week. And last but not least, if you guys have not yet jumped in, reach out to somebody from leadership, somebody from staff. We're happy to get you in there. We do have the promotion going on. This can be yours. You guys can attend Family Reunion for the first time for $80, right, a person. Just come together. We do have to get these in bulk, so come together with 4 other agents, and we get it for you for $80 each. All right, so get in fast. It's next week. The other option is to bring 2 producing non-KW guests, and we'll take care of your guests and your ticket. All right? Hope there's no confusion there. Anything to add about Family Reunion, Chad? You're on mute, bud.
We will resend out the video. I don't think it played for them, so we'll send that out.
Did it not?
It did not. Sorry.
Oh no, that's crazy.
Okay. We'll resend that out as well.
Okay.
Hey, take advantage of it. Yes, we do push on it. It's going to be great information and something you don't want to miss.
Good deal. All right.
Okay.
So let me fly through a couple of other things. I do have a couple of other announcements to make. First and foremost, those of you over the last year that have been clamoring for the newsletter, and now that we lost eEdge, oh no, my eEdge newsletter is gone. Well, guess what? We have something bigger and better now in command. All right. To the grand drum roll, please. We have a quarterly magazine that can be branded to you, right? And you can send it out digitally, right? Or you can actually, get it printed out and become a full-fledged magazine. It's a high resolution image magazine that you can send out to your sphere. All right. I've actually got a copy of it right here so you guys can actually see. So I just whipped this up earlier, right?
We're not seeing it. We're not seeing it.
You're not?
No.
Okay, hang on. That doesn't make any sense. Let's get it up quickly. How's that?
We see a blank screen that says Nimesh Dave has started screen sharing.
You're kidding.
We
All
see
right.
your pretty face though.
Thank you. I'll make a video. Are you talking to me or Aura?
You, unfortunately.
All right. Okay. All right. I will share it on the Facebook group. All right. That way you guys get an opportunity to see what it's like. All right. I'll make a video for it and share it on the Facebook group. All right. So last but not least, let me see if the screen share works. Of course, when it's my team meeting, my stuff doesn't work, right? Always. How's that? Is that working?
No. You're our tech guy too.
I know, right? That's pretty bad. All right. Well, you're just going to have to hear me talk quickly. All right. So I wanted to finish it up by introducing the brand new revamped Keller Williams Luxury. Okay. And the greatest thing about it now is before it was actually a buy-in opportunity. You actually had to buy the membership and be a part of Keller Williams Luxury. Well, they have totally redesigned and revamped it. And now it is actually an earn-in opportunity. So you're not going to actually have to pay for it anymore. right? Your production is what's going to get you the membership. And to be a part of the entire Keller Williams Luxury, the requirement is going to be 4 transactions, right, of 700,000 or more in a 24-month rolling period. All right. That's how you become a member of the earn-in portion of Keller Williams Luxury, right? But fret not, it's actually not only for people that earn in with Keller Williams Luxury. An actual property can be eligible for Keller Williams Luxury as well. So even if you're not earned in as a Keller Williams Luxury branded agent, you can actually have a Keller Williams Luxury property. All right. So if you do get a listing that's over $700,000, you can market it as a Keller Williams Luxury property. All right. So there's a slew of things that are going to come along with it, from all the way from the Keller Williams Luxury branded designs in command to some of the benefits that you're going to get through Keller Williams Luxury. All right. And I will actually post those on the Facebook group. I do realize we're pushing the time here. Otherwise, I would have mentioned them now. But there will be training for all Keller Williams agents that can, get training in classes in Keller Williams Luxury, right? There's going to be the Keller Williams Luxury signs and usage for that, right? It does syndicate to more places than a normal listing does, right? So Keller Williams has partnered with the Wall Street Journal and Barron's and Market Watch, and these luxury listings go and syndicate to those publications. All right. So it is definitely an enhanced benefit for it to be Keller Williams Luxury, right? And you get elite personal branding available. And we can go into further details. If you have earned in, right, I will reach out to you very soon to congratulate you and kind of let you know what some of the next steps are. If any of you want further information on what it's about, feel free to reach out. Good deal. All right, guys. Chad, you want to get into the vendors?
All right, let's go. We'll start with AMCAP. What you got for us?
Hey, good morning. So wanted to talk a little bit about the big resurgence of people coming to Texas from other states. A lot of them have the idea that they're just going to come here, they're going to buy a house, they're going to declare it as their primary residence, but they don't have a job here. That could be an issue. So more and more we're seeing that agents will take them out and show houses, but they haven't really figured out how they're going to pay for the thing. So just want to let you know that you all as agents need to really be pushing people to get pre-qualified. If a family is looking to move to the Houston area and one person is the wage earner or salaried earner is going to stay back, we've got to count those expenses that they're going to have wherever they currently live and where they currently work. So in some cases, they may sell a house, may have the money to put down for a big purchase here in the Houston area, but not have the income here. So that person that stays in California, if we're using that as a for instance, needs to show and has to provide us the income and the rental payments or whatever their living expenses are out there to calculate, do they have the income? They can come here, we can buy it, as long as some of their family is going to occupy the house as a primary residence. But that's something that they don't think about. They think that in the future, they're just going to come here and find a job. So typical would be that they have a job. Hopefully they could transfer. That makes the whole process much easier. But we're seeing that has been a big question for people. So push your guys to get pre-qualified. Let them know up front what they can do, and don't waste your time. There's plenty of buyers out there that can qualify. We just need some inventory for them to be able to buy.
Yeah. You're saying we need listings?
We need listings.
I like
That's
it.
what Chad, he ingrains that every day into me.
I'm just making sure.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Reliant Energy, our concierge service.
Thanks, Chad. Today I'm going to talk about giving people too much choice. Like last month, context, Ethan, she got the second page, okay? She's still kind of new, and then she gave me like 7 referral. I closed them all. So I called her up and asked her, what's the secret? What do you tell customer? She said, it's simple. I just tell them, oh, you're quick, and then make the process very easy, and then give them the phone number. And then, but she said the important thing is don't give them too much choice. Give you as their only choice. I mean, I have another agent from Keller Williams Memorial. She's been using me for 8 years. The first 7 years, I had got a lot. I pretty much closed all her referral. Okay, then half years ago, I noticed lately, how come I don't get too much referral from her? Then I asked her, how do you do your referral now? Oh, she said, on my email, I put down your name and phone number, and also put down the website. So when you put down one more choice for the customer, especially for the young people, you put in the website, they will automatically go to the website and then lose your referral chance. So yeah, so I mean, a lot of people, when the customer calls in, you have an email to them. If you can just, the easy way, you can just list my name and phone number there.
That's awesome. Good advice. If they get them to you and they open up, you will close them. And I know you will, and you'll follow up with them and give great service. All right, awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah, go ahead.
Also, make sure you give them, give me their phone number and name, because a lot of customer I call them, I don't know who referred them.
Okay.
So in that case, you're not getting the credit.
Okay, very good. Good information. Great service. Thank you. And I know you will
Thanks.
follow up. All right, celebrity, what do you
And
got?
happy Chinese New Year's.
Yeah.
Yes, that's what I was going to say. Happy Year of the Ox. So I love your background, Yignan. So I want to go through a couple of things. I do have something else I want to talk about, but I want to piggyback real quick on Dale's information. I'm originally from a different state, from California. And in California, I want to just note that, especially in Southern California, HOAs are not mandatory to join. So I don't know if that's information that everybody knows. So if you are dealing with people who are coming from different states, make sure you educate them if they're moving into a master plan community about the HOA system and how they work out here, because it was mind-boggling when we bought our first house to just learn that we had to pay every year. Like, say what?
Mandatory. The word we use is mandatory.
Why? I didn't use the pools. I didn't have kids playing on the playground. At the time we were single, ready to, we just got married. We didn't use all the amenities. We don't need to pay for that. But then we were very much educated about, hey, we can take your house if you don't pay for this. And I was like, oh, good to know. So if you are dealing with people from other states, please educate them on what the processes are in our state regarding things like that, because you guys are the experts and they don't know. And even though when they're signing the paperwork, yeah, HOA, yeah, I see that. I've dealt with people who a year after they closed said, I just got a bill for something, but I'm not going to pay it. And it's like, yes, you are. So make sure you educate that. I wanted to say Happy New Year to all of our people who celebrate Chinese New Year. It's on Friday. So Happy New Year. May you have good fortune in the new year. Also, I wanted to talk about real quick that February is Black History Month. And so for Celebrity Title on Fridays, we are celebrating persons of color who have made changes in real estate. So last Friday, we celebrated Marie Van Brittan Brown, who was the inventor of the home security system. Did you know? Right? So exciting. I get so excited when I research things like this. It's just so exciting. In 1966, she filed for a patent. I put on our actual, our Instagram page, a copy of that patent. It was drawn out very well, but it was a patent, and she's the inventor of the home security system. She lived in Brooklyn. She died in Brooklyn. She died at the age of 77. She was born in 1922. So just to give you guys a little bit of background of, her, she was an amazing person. She herself was a nurse. Her husband was actually an electrician. I think he was an electrical engineer. So between the two of them, they came back with that, but she was the one who actually filed for the patent, which makes me so excited. I love to hear, woman empowered, and I love all that. So just to give you guys something to talk about this month or this week with maybe your clientele, it's something to think about. I have that information on our Facebook page and our Instagram page, and Melissa or myself will happy to email you all the information about her, because she was pretty amazing. So if you want any more information about it, let me know. So that's what I have.
Awesome. Appreciate it, guys. Hey, one last to wrap it all up. Hey, Keller Williams Luxury. If you think KW is not synonymous with luxury, you're entirely wrong, because we are either number one or tied for first in the top 15 luxury markets in the country. Okay. Family reunion. What are you waiting for? Everybody should be in. It's $80 this time. Everybody should be in. It's your, it's you owe it to yourself. All right. For that growth. right? And lastly, I appreciate y'all. It was my first team meeting to lead. Appreciate y'all joining me. It turned out great, especially all of you that are right here that joined me. Justin, Aura, appreciate it. And of course,
Awesome.
Dale, Yi, and Letitia, as always. Great information. Thanks, guys.
All
Appreciate
right,
it.
thank you. Have a great day.
All right. Have a great
See
day,
ya.
guys.